Mr. Chair, thank you again for your time with us today and your work. Just to reemphasize a few things that my colleagues have said, certainly I think there's a great understanding that through the kind of audit and oversight facilities, things that you provide, it really gives us the opportunity to understand where money is well spent, where it isn't, where programs are performing. So I just want to emphasize the concerns that my colleagues have brought up about making sure you have adequate funding and making sure you let us know when some of these things can't be performed because of that funding as we're making those critical decisions. And I want to just reemphasize again on these, the Buy America, the organic. I see two really critical roles that are performed by the USDA, which the chair mentioned earlier in his remarks. It's just critically important to farmers that we are supporting them in the markets that are available to them and have 30% potentially of the Buy America products not be procured from the United States or not, be clear. That's just a huge lost opportunity when we want to see growth in our farming sector and our agriculture sector and strengthening those markets. Same with organic, with increasing amount of imports are going on. So I just can't say enough about following that. Of course, I'm very supportive of broadband. I think I come from the most rural state in the nation, so I don't even want to tell you the low rates of broadband in many rural communities in my state and the challenges that we face not having the resources. So I think there'll be just huge bipartisan interest in that as we go forward, and we'll really look forward to the insights you can give us into that. And a more recent issue that I'm sure you haven't had time to investigate, but I just want to throw it on your radar screen. I know there was just a letter sent to the new administration about some of the issues at APHIS around scrubbing the website of animal welfare documents. You've probably read about it if you're not aware of it, but certainly that's a concern. Had 101 signatures on that letter. Very bipartisan in a time when it's not always easy to get bipartisan concerns about this, but Republicans and Democrats alike have shown concerns about the importance of the public having access to that information. And as my colleague from Connecticut was just mentioning, we shouldn't have to turn to the newspaper all the time to figure out where the problems are. And some of the ways that the public can have access to this kind of information is by being able to see it on the website. So understanding that information has been scrubbed and the importance of putting it back and this bipartisan concern about it, and the importance of just being able to continue to use sunshine as a disinfectant, as my Republican colleagues have said in their comments around this letter. I hope that you will make that one of your priorities going forward to look into that lack of access to information. And I think in the future, any removal of useful information to consumers, to lawmakers, frankly, about what's going on. And in this case, we can see that there's just high levels of concern about animal welfare. And if you have any comments about that, I'd be interested to hear, but I just really think it fits into the theme of many things that we're talking about today. And I think a lot of us were shocked to see that information removed. Any comments? Or I doubt that you've already done the thorough investigation yet, but...
We are very much aware of the situation. As you mentioned, it's been in the news, the congressional interest. We've been watching as it unfolds. We understand it's a complex issue. The department is working with the Department of Justice. There's some litigation involved, which adds another layer of complexity. But we will be watching it. And if anyone on the committee has a particular aspect of it that you would want to bring to our attention, we would appreciate that.
Great. Well, we'll send a follow-up letter about that, and then we'd be happy to, hear back from you about ways that we could work moving forward on it, and other insights you could bring to us. So, again, thanks for your work, and thank you, Mr. Chair. I yield back the balance of my time.
Mr. Spokane.